Hey everyone, this is Natasha from MakeupInSFC. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new to my channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for clicking my video. I know you could be watching anybody else, but you're choosing to watch me, and that makes me feel so happy. If you're not new to my channel, hey girl, how you doing? Welcome back. Today we're going to be filming my dollar makeup challenge again because I filmed it last week, but I ran out of space in my memory card and I could not find any of my memory cards to film the rest of it. So I'm just gonna scrap the whole thing and do it again. I wanted it to be a first impressions, but it's not gonna happen anymore because it'll be my second impressions, which doesn't really count. So I was really happy with the look. I will put a picture of it right here, but I will recreate it for you because I wanted to, you know, show the products in action. My friend Reyna tagged me in this video a while back, and so I wanted to return the favor and do the video because I love her channel. If you haven't seen it already, please do. She is from the Bay Area, and you know me and my Bay Area girls, I love to support. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I actually put all my garbage and the products back in here because I filmed this already. So I'm gonna try to show you the packaging. If I can't, oh well, like, you know where it's at. This unintentionally became an LA Colors one brand tutorial kind of because that's all they sell at my Dollar Tree. So I just primed my face. I didn't bother showing it because if you watch my channel, then you know what I prime with, and they're not $1. So I'm not gonna show you. Now that this is my second time around, I kind of have a feel for what the products are. So I can give you my recommendations on what I liked and what I didn't like. So I'm going to start off with my LA Colors Liquid Makeup Foundation. This is in the shade Tan. Now, I will tell you there is not a lot going on at the dollar store when it comes to foundation. I was lucky enough to find a shade that was my shade, but you really couldn't find a lot of brown colors. I mean, I go to the Dollar Tree a lot, and of the times that I've been there, I have not seen consistently a tan foundation. So I was actually surprised that I found this one, and this one actually matches me really well. So if you brown, this is pretty good. Now, of the type of foundations that I use, this is pretty dewy for my liking. So you will have to set it if you are an oily person like me. And I'm just using this on a Real Technique sponge. But you know, they have the dollar sponges there in case that you want it. I think the first time I filmed this, I filmed it with a dollar sponge, but I think if there's anything that you splurge on, it's definitely tools and skincare. If you're ever going to get into beauty, those are the things that I would splurge on, because makeup products like high-end, low-end, honestly, they're made with some of the same textures and ingredients. So really, most of the time, you're paying for packaging and the brand name and all that other stuff. So like, I wouldn't worry too much about it. This foundation is light coverage. I think you can build it up, but even if I'm wearing a different kind of foundation anyways, I don't usually pack it on. So I'm going to leave it with an even layer just like this. And see, even when I'm patting it in with a sponge, it's got a pretty dewy look. So bear with me if you're a matte girl. If you're a dewy girl, you'll like this glow that's going on, but I'm going to tone it down a little bit. This is the concealer that I'm going to use today. It is in the shade Nude. Again, not too many choices, and when I first applied this, it took a lot more than I wanted. Like, I really needed to layer it on because it does not have a ton of coverage. And of course, everything is like pink toned at the Dollar Tree, so I mean, it'll help with your salmon correcting, I guess, if you will, but it is not made for us brown girls. So I'm highlighting in my usual spaces, and again, I'm layering it on pretty thick because I do want coverage under my eyes. And then again, I'm taking that sponge, I'm just patting it in. So now I'm going to set my makeup, and I'm using this ColorMates powder foundation. I think it is just a pressed powder. It's not a powder foundation. This is actually one of the rare products that wasn't LA Colors in my Dollar Tree. And so I'm taking that with the sponge just like that, and I'm going to set my under eye. This isn't the greatest powder to set everything because it has kind of a pinky tone, but I'm using it for my under eye and just kind of like in my T-zone area to set it so it's not as shiny. If you really wanted to try dollar makeup, I think you could make it work. So for my bronzer, I'm going to be using this LA Color bronzer in the shade Bronze. They don't play at the dollar store. Everything's pretty simple. And I like this bronzer because it gives you that J-Lo glow. So I'm taking that with a Morphe brush. It's just big and fluffy. And I'm going to use that to kind of contour, but really just bronze up my cheekbones and everything else. It'll kind of be like a Oliver glow. The next thing I'm going to use is the blush that I found. It's another LA Color product. It's actually a very pretty looking blush. This is in the shade Berry Plum. I'm going to take that on the same brush, and I'm going to tap that onto the apples of my cheeks and kind of just build it up. Whoa. Feel like you went a little too heavy, just go back with your sponge and kind of tap it out. But at least you know that powder is pigmented. So I went to Daiso, and Daiso is a Japanese store, and it's kind of like the Dollar Tree but Asian products. So I found this brow pencil right here. It looks like this in the shade dark brown, and it's an elliptical pencil, so it's kind of like a thinner pencil, and it doubles with a little brow brush and the pencil itself. So I wanted to try this. I will say that it's not my favorite because I always have that test about pencils if they tug at my hairs, and so this particular pencil, it is so hard, and it works well because then the color stays, but it's kind of rough on the brows, especially if you have ones like mine where they just kind of fall out if you just look at them. So my eyebrows get pretty sparse when I tug at them. I'm going to use a combination of this brow pencil, and then I also have this Daiso brow powder. I don't have the packaging anymore. Oops, sorry. I have this brow powder right here, and I love it because of that tone right there. And I'm going to use a mixture of those two. I'm using concealer because I did not find eyeshadow primer. I'm going to take a little bit of that brow powder. This one right here. I'm taking that darker shade on a BH Cosmetics brush. And the other one that I was using before is a Beau Gâchis concealer brush. I'll list all the products down below as usual. So this powder is hella hard to work with. There's like no color payoff, or it's so faint. Maybe because I'm so used to my brows being hella dark, but I don't know. I guess this is for your natural browed girls. I guess you can see a difference, right? Now I'm going to take that pencil and I'm going to do the outer edges so that there's a little bit more definition. Hopefully we don't take any casualties. It's a little better, a little more defined. Okay, I'm gonna do my other brow and then I'll come back to you. This is actually my favorite brow bone highlight that I've used for so many years, but I gave it away, or maybe something else. But I got this Color Icon Wet n Wild shadow in Creme Brulee. It's the perfect brow bone shade. I'm setting the concealer that we used earlier. The best part of this tutorial that I really liked the most is this LA Colors eyeshadow. I keep wanting to call it a quad. This is like a fantastic palette. All the colors are really great and I had a lot of fun playing with it. I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this and I'm going to go into this taupe shade. And I'm going to use that as my transition shade. Now these things do kick up a lot of dust, but like some high-end shadows that I have used in the past, they kick up dust too, so it doesn't really matter what the price point is. When I used these eyeshadows the first time, I was really impressed that I didn't get a lot of like drop down on my cheekbones because I had done my foundation first. So always just tap off the excess just like that. As you can see, I'm just kind of like windshield wiper motioning this color and then doing small strokes, circular strokes. I'm taking this Sigma E25, and that's what it looks like right there. I'm taking this Sigma E25 and I'm going to go in with this more satin brown color. It is definitely not matte, but you can get away with it because the shimmer is very minimal. Again, taking a little bit at a time, and then I'm going to work it into the crease. And if you want it less smoky, then you don't have to go in as hard as I am, but I'm going for a very glamorous look. So now I'm going to go into the black shade, and the black shade is, again, one with shimmer, but you can get away with it. And it is kind of a smoky black grayish tone. Now, if you can always tell from my videos, I always have my eyebrows really high up, and that's because I am trying to get deep into that little socket that I have. So if you are not one that is blessed with the socket, you can make your own socket by just deciding like how high up you want to go. But it really does help to, you know, raise your eyebrows. That way you can get into that bone and kind of work your way in it. And then some more blending. So now for my favorite color, I'm going to be using this bronzy shade right here. It is the best color in the little palette. And I'm going to take that again on my little concealer brush. I'm going to pat that onto my lid. So I'm going to start right here, start patting it in. And then right where my eye folds, I'm going to start to use the brush to just ever so slightly, I guess you can say, cut the crease. But it's going to be soft because I'm going to blend it out some more. Now I'm not going to go too far into the darkness that I put over there, so I'm going to leave that as smoky as I can. I'm just putting this over the lid and kind of blending the edge where it meets the darkness. And you just kind of work with it as you go. Like if you feel like it needs a little bit more gold, layer on the gold. If you feel like it needs more black, layer on the black. I'm kind of putting it in between the two so that it fades into a gold black. So at Daiso they had an eyeliner called this one. So there's the eyeliner right there. And it just says liquid eyeliner and it has different characters on it. But the reason why I got it is because it says Everbelena. And Everbelena is a Filipino brand. And it's pretty good because it can get like a very winged outline. But it's a very weird brush. Like it's shaped almost like whiteout. I'm just going to do a simple little cat eye. Just like that. Now it's up to you how, you know, dramatic you want to go. So not bad. It is more of like a gray than a black. So, but if you're in a pinch and you need an eyeliner, I think this will do. So I'm basically going to do what I did on the top on the bottom. On this little, I think it's a e.l.f. crease brush. I actually really like these lashes. This is my first time using them. And they are also from Daiso, so there they are right there. And it looked like this. So it was a 3-pack for $1.50. Not a bad deal at all. So I'm just going to use the lash glue that I use all the time, the Duo lash glue. I had used this red shade in the beginning of my other video, but I just want to try something else, to be honest. So I'm going to use this gloss. It's cute. It's like a berry color. Now you may not be into glosses, but I kind of like it. I feel like this is almost Christmas now. So those are the lashes on. Aren't they super cute? I'm going to use this auto eyeliner on my waterline, just so I can make my eyelashes look a little bit more full. I'm taking this champagne shade right here with a tiny crease brush. I'm just going to touch that on the inner corner. I probably don't need any more highlight, right? It said no one ever. Here has a really weird applicator, it has this brush in it, and then you just kind of like do that. And I'm going to take some of it. And that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed. It got a little bit more glam than I wanted it to be, but you know, I'm not mad at it. So I hope that you liked the video. I hope you found some products that you're maybe interested in and that you don't feel intimidated by products at the Dollar Tree or the dollar store, Dollar General. I really had fun with this video. I think there are some products that I'm still going to use and some products that you're not, but you can't be mad because they're $1. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!